Hi guys, welcome on board. This is Rukaya Aminu. I am the course creator of this class. Now you might want to ask yourself, what is the value I'm going to get from this course? What is the what I am going to get for my money? What is that one thing I hope to achieve at the end of this program, or that one transformation or knowledge, expertise, experience I hope to achieve at the end of this class? Now, before I answer their question, I want you to understand that the price of this class is 75,000 naira, but you stand a chance to pay only 25,000 naira if you are part of the early bird, which means that you get 50,000 naira as discount if you are able to act as fast as possible. All I'm saying is you listen to me from the beginning of this video down to the end of this video. If it's something that appeals to you, you make your payment as fast as possible so you can get 50,000 naira as discount. This course is a course that has 8 modules. It consists of the practical aspect and also the theoretical aspect. So let's move on to module 1. What is this? What is the value? What do you hope to achieve? I'm going to answer your question. Module 1 talks about introduction to yogurt production. Of course, everything has an introduction. In lesson 1, we are going to be talking about the fast growing demand and how to build a profitable business. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, wow, these top brands, if you look at these top yogurt brands, they're able to produce yogurt 10 liters, 20 liters, yet it gets sold out every single day. Why? Because it is very, very profitable. Lesson 2 talks about knowing the different type of yogurt, which is the regular yogurt, the Greek yogurt, the flavored yogurt, and how to choose your niche, which is more profitable. How do you even choose your niche? Lesson 3 talks about how to start small and grow into a large scale factory yogurt. Now, I understand and I know that not everybody is going to have that financial money for you to open up a large factory, of course, and this is why I put this into consideration. I have devised a method in which you can start small, but yet you'll be able to make good yogurt, and gradually you grow into a factory scale yogurt. Lesson 4 talks about understanding each core ingredient. These ingredients range from milk, from cultures to sweeteners to stabilizers and everything that is involved in yogurt making. How they matter, how they affect your taste, your texture, and everything. Now, I'm not going to be keeping any secrets. No secrets, no gatekeeping. I'm going to be spilling everything to you that has to do with the ingredients. Now, let's move on to module 2. Module 2, this is where the practical aspect is going to take place, because I am going to be revealing everything that has to do with the practicals of making yogurt. I am going to be excited about this because I'm going to pour in my all. Lesson 2.1 talks about how to select the right milk. Are you going to use fresh milk? Is it powdered milk? Even the powdered milk will have like 10 different type of powdered milk. How did they affect your yogurt? How did they affect the consistency, the taste, the texture, the thickness? I'm going to be telling you everything. Lesson 2.2 talks about how to choose the right DVS culture for your taste, thickness, and texture. Now, DVS culture, we have almost 20 type of it, but which one should you use for your yogurt? Is it the 1.0? Is it the Harmony? Is it the 811? Is it Yogurt? Is it starter culture? Which one are you going to choose? Lesson 2 is going to be all about culture. Then lesson 3 is going to be talk about stabilizers. We know we have different type of stabilizers. Is it gelatin? Is it starch? Is it TMC? Which one are you going to use to give you and achieve the perfect texture? We are going to be talking about it. Then lesson 2.4, we are going to do the practical aspect of all of these things I just mentioned o. All these stabilizers, the milk, the DVS culture, because I am going to be producing 10 liters, 50 liters, 100 liters, 200 liters, 300 liters, and also 500 liters of yogurt step by step. How you can make yogurt step by step from pasteurization down to packaging. Abeg, tell me which coach is able to do this for you, because I'm just excited about this. Lesson 2.5 talks about how to troubleshoot common issues like slimy texture, weight separation, off flavors, and what have you. Because sometimes, even if you do your yogurt very well, you may end up doing a little bit mistake that will give you a little bit trouble. If you have that trouble, how do you rectify it? Moving on to module 3 talks about how to scale your yogurt production. Of course, if you start small, you want to grow big now, abi? You want to, even if you don't have the money to open a large factory, you want to start, but then your aim is to scale. How do you scale? One is, I will teach you how to source ingredients in bulk and find reliable suppliers, because if you are scaling, you are making large production, you cannot continue buying ingredients from small shops. So no, you have to look for bulk suppliers that are able to supply you. Then lesson 3.2 talks about how to optimize your recipe for large batches plus done for you SOPs. I have given you 10 done for you SOPs. Tell me which coach is able to do this for you. If you are going to optimize your recipes for large batches, let's say you are doing 50 liters, what if you get an order to make 1,000 liters? How do you do it? If I don't teach you these things, believe me, you are going to be confused. Even if you have learned from the best coaches, you have to learn how to optimize your batches, for how to optimize your recipe for large batches. Lesson 3.3 talks about quality control and product consistency as you scale in dairy industry. Now, the more you produce yogurt, the more your batches are going to increase from 50 liters to 100 liters. One day you find yourself making 500 liters, and lo and behold, one day you find yourself making over 1,000 liters. How do you ensure quality control and product consistency? Let me use Coke for an example. Have you ever tasted Coke? Today there's sugar, tomorrow there's no sugar, next tomorrow the sugar level is too high. How do you ensure that your yogurt has that consistency, that sliminess, that creaminess, that thickness? You know what I'm saying? As you scale, so if you are getting more order, you are also going to maintain your quality. Moving on to module 4, we are going to be talking about packaging and preservatives. I'm going to look for a way to make this thing easy for you, because packaging matters a lot. Even if you make a good yogurt and you don't know how to package it well, you are going to be wasting half of your time. I'm not saying you're going to be wasting all your time, but you end up wasting half of your half of your time, because packaging is what really attracts people to your brand, and it's what keeps people to your brand. Then preservatives. Preservative is one of the most important thing you will do when you are scaling. Because tell me how you would get an order to produce 500 liters, you are excited, and you don't know how to preserve that yogurt. Even if you give distributors, you supply to schools, to shops, to restaurants, to supermarkets, people will call you back because that yogurt will go sour, that yogurt will go bad, distributors will complain. My dear, you need to learn how to preserve your yogurt. So in lesson 4.1, we are going to talk about how to choose the right packaging that attracts your target audience. If your target audience are people that love Greek yogurt, give them Greek yogurt. And Greek yogurt is usually put inside cup. Don't go and put your Greek yogurt inside bottle. You understand what I'm trying to say? Then lesson 4.2 talks about how to understand and use preservatives. These preservatives, I'm going to be teaching you three: sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, and natamastine. These three preservatives, I'm going to be teaching you how many grams you need to add to achieve that perfect safety with you, so you can stay within safety limits. Lesson 4.3 talks about how to label the brand, your product, the right way for you to stand out, NAFDAC approved, because NAFDAC will look at your label, and if they don't approve of it, you are in trouble. So I'm going to be teaching you the NAFDAC approved method for you to label and put your designs very well. Lesson 4.4 talks about how to store your yogurt properly and manage shelf life for factory scale production, because the main aim of making factory standard yogurt is to know how to preserve it. You can make a good yogurt in your factory today. The yogurt is tasting very good, very nice, creamy and everything. But if you don't know how to extend the shelf life of that yogurt, how to preserve it, you take it out, you give to distributors, you take to stores, to supermarkets, the yogurt goes bad, you will lose a lot of money. So I wouldn't want that to happen to you. I will teach you how to preserve your yogurt. Moving on to module 5, we are going to talking about how to market your yogurt and grow your business. Of course, I'm going to teaching you the marketing aspect of this business. Lesson 5.1 teach you how to find distributors and wholesalers, both online and offline. It doesn't have to be only online. No, even offline, you can find distributors, reliable, good suppliers that will come to you and buy your yogurt. They will help you to distribute your yogurt. They will take your yogurt to places that even you cannot go. My yogurt has gone to places that I don't even have any plan of going, but my yogurt has been there, all thanks to distributors and suppliers. Lesson 5.2 talks about how to transport large bulk orders safely to different states, because all these distributors, some of them are going to be coming from different states. How do you ensure that you carry your products to them? I'm going to show you how I do it practically. Lesson 5.2 talks about how to set profitable prices without losing customers and still beat the competition. Because tell me why price will make people not to buy your yogurt. No, I will teach you how you can set your price right and still enter the market, penetrate the market like this, like gunshot. Then module 6 talks about how to start without NAFDAC. Now, I know that not everybody has that financial ability again to start with NAFDAC, because NAFDAC can be challenging for some people. Just like the way you don't have the ability to start factory standard yogurt right away, I will teach you how you can start small. Even if you don't have money to buy machines, I'll teach you how you can use other things for you to also make good yogurt. So also goes to NAFDAC. Lesson 6.1 talks about how to operate without NAFDAC the smart and safe way, so you can stay off the track of NAFDAC. Lesson 6.2 talks about how to win customers' trust even without certification. I sold my yogurt for almost 2-3 years without certification, and I was making a lot of money, my dear. So you too can do the same for yourself. Lesson 6.3 talks about how and when to apply for NAFDAC certification the right way. So for this part, what I'm going to be doing is, for those that are going to be ready, I am going to be providing you with a NAFDAC contact, an agent that will be very, very glad to help you. Let's move on to module 7. Module 7 will talk about the legal and financial essentials for your yogurt business. This is very, very important, because 7.1 talks about how to meet legal requirements, licensing, NAFDAC. What and what do you need to put in place before you can even approach NAFDAC? Because you don't just go and approach NAFDAC just like that. What and what and what and what and what do you need to, what are the requirements? How do you meet that requirement? Is it the trademark? Do you need to rent an apartment? I am going to be teaching you all of these things, so you can know when you are ready, so you won't go and waste your time in NAFDAC office. Lesson 7.2 talk about how to calculate product cost. This is very, very important. Lesson 7.3 talks about how to budget for factory scale operations and expansion. If you are going to start your yogurt as a small scale business owner, you are going to put in mind that you budget for expansion and factory scale. I'm going to be teaching you that. Lesson 7.4 talks about how to manage staff. You are going to employ people now, Abi. When you start making money, you employ people. So how do you manage staff? How do you increase productivity and build a team, which is very, very important? As I'm recording this video now, I am not in my factory. In fact, I even traveled, but productions are still going on in my factory. Lesson 7.5 talks about how to handle business risks and build resilience. Any business has a risk. I have not seen any business that does not have risk. In fact, even not doing business is a risk. So how do you ensure that you build resilience and handle this risk efficiently? Lesson 7.6 talk about that I listed out 10 risks that are likely to occur in yogurt and how best you can handle it. 10 risks that are likely to occur in yogurt business and how to handle it. Put in mind that you can have the one that is not even listed in this the one I listed. You can have it, or you can even have the one. As I'm talking to you now, we have some risks that are specifically for only people who are into yogurt production, and I'm going to be listing 10 out of it. This is worth over 150,000. So the module 8, which is the part that I'm most excited about, is the practical workshop. Like, I'm going to be making a video record, I and my staffs, a live video of how we do it, like a more demonstration video, how we make yogurt in my factory from start to delivery. Lesson 8.2 talks about how we manage large orders in my company, a step by step behind the scenes. So it's like you're coming into my company to come and do one-on-one session. This is worth over 300,000. So this is where you see everything in my factory. I want you to understand that the total of this thing you're going to get is 1,230,000 naira. But I have been very, very easy on myself and on you also to be able to give it to you for 75,000 naira only. And if you have listened to me up to this point, then you know that I mentioned that early birds are going to be only 25,000 naira, which means that as you drop your pen, as you drop your phone, hurry up and make your payment. By the end of this course, you not only know how to make yogurt like a pro, but you also know how to build the market, how to grow your own yogurt business from scratch and grow it into a factory skill. I am not going to be teaching you how to make yogurt in a bucket like some coaches will teach you how to make 10 liters, 20 liters. I'm going to be teaching you how you can roll with the big boys and big boys and girls, of course. It's meant for both females and males. And I would see you if you are interested, make an effort to be amongst the early birds. Bye. As always, I'm Rukaya Aminu. I am your coach and your host for this online class. Bye.